actually into play. Mini War Gaming's Beat Map Bat Rap.
Welcome back to Beat Map Bat Rap, Season 2, Episode 20. This is Round 4 of a Matthew vs. Matthew, Tyranids vs. Necrons battle report. So, Tyranids moving up. The Turbigon are going to try to take out those death marks, make the instinctive behavior roll, actually make the roll for the Termagants. And then firing into the death marks. Manage nothing. No wounds there. And then the Mycetic Spore firing in there as well, actually managing 3 wounds and nothing as well. Termagants coming around the corner, trying to hide so that they can maybe grab an objective at the end, charging with the Turbigon and with the Trigon. Deathmarks, of course, get to hit first as their higher initiative. Only manage 2 hits, no wounds though. The Turbigon gets to hit back. Oh, only 1 hit and then 1 wound. Kills a Deathmark. Do they run? Of course not. Did he stand back up? Of course he does. So, absolutely nothing happening there with the Turbigon. Trigon, this time I remember to roll. Hitting on 4s, gets to re-roll. I forgot I got to re-roll, so I got 1 penetrating hit there, that's a 2, and then I re-roll the other ones, get some other penetrating hits. So I managed 3 penetrating hits in total. I got a 1, 2, and a 3. He ignores the 1, he ignores a 2 because I'm a living metal, so it's just a weapon destroyed result, which is too bad. Necrons turn 4. Let's see if they're able to clean up the board or if they're going to crumble under the pressure. The warriors move out of their cover to take on those last Termagants to try to get rid of as many troop choices as possible. And then the monolith moves at least 1 inch just so that he's not auto-hitting or getting auto-hit from the Trigon. Death marks, or the Lich Guard, move up as well. Rapid firing from a few of the warriors that are in range against the Termagants, manage a lot of hits, but I get a 4+ cover save, managed to save 1 of them, surprisingly. The 1 shot from the Cryptek, that's the word, actually manages to wound the Mycetic Spore just once. Opening up the Eternity Gate, still fails to suck the Trigon in, so he fires at it with his other blasters, manages a few hits, but doesn't manage any wounds. The other one fires at the remaining Termagant over there in the corner, and manages 1 hit, 1 wound, but I save it. So the Termagant's still alive. Multi-assaulting first into the Mycetic Spore because that's what he fired at, and then into the Turbigon. Mind Shackle Scarabs on the Turbigon. Turbigon fails it, so he will be hitting himself. Hitting the Mycetic Spore first, managed to kill it no problem. And then the other Lich Guard hitting the Turbigon, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s as well. Managed 3 wounds, so he's down to 3 out of his 6 wounds. A Death Mark's then hitting on 3s, wounding on 6s. Actually managed a wound that I fail, the Turbigon fails, so down to 2 out of 6 wounds. Turbigon then hits himself once, it's D3 times, manages to wound himself, down to 1 wound, which means he loses combat by 7, and out of that fails like 5 of those 3+ saves. And the other troop choice is dead. So only 1 Termagant remains, and he's the only troop choice that is left. So end of round 4, not looking very good for the Tyranids, even though they had a nice healthy start of popping the vehicles right from the beginning, which is something I wasn't expecting them to be able to do so easily. Trigon just not hitting that monolith hard enough. Really needs to have adrenal glands to go up against armor 14. And the Lich Guard managing just to pretty much wipe out all the Tyranids single-handedly. The warriors managing to finish off the stragglers, but other than that, what it's really going to come down to in turn 5 is, can I kill those warriors? So since it's not a Trigon Prime, I have to make a roll for him to see if he, because he's out of Synapse, that Termagant fails it, and he fails it, which means he has to charge the nearest thing. Otherwise, I would have gone for the warriors, and that would have made it pretty much a tie game unless he could wipe out the Trigon at the end. Finally managed to get some good hits against the monolith, though. Do manage a few penetrating hits. 4 penetrating hits in total, explodes, everything within 2 inches, just manages to hit the Trigon, but no damage there. Monolith finally goes down, but is it too little, too late? This is possibly the last turn. It's the Necron's turn 5, of course the warriors are going to spend all their strength making sure they grab an objective, because it would be kind of sad if in the end they had all these guys and then realized, oh, I forgot to grab objectives. So they're going to be running in the shoot phase just to make sure they were within 3 inches of that objective. Lich Guard move up as well. Death Marks move around the corner to go after the last straggling Termagant. So in the shoot phase, they get to rapid fire and hitting on 3s, winning on 3s, rending. It really didn't have any chance. And that Termagant is dead. And then they run a good 5 inches, and so they move a little back as well in case that Trigon does get a turn 6 to come after them, because the Trigon could easily kill all those warriors. So end of round 5. That's a very fast round because there's hardly anything left right now. The Necrons have a point, and the Tyranids do not, because the Trigon is not scoring. It is not a troop choice. That means he has 1 of the 3 objectives, and the other 2 are just not taken. The 1 would be contested with the Trigon, but there's nobody there to contest it on the Necron side. So on a 3+, the game continues. Let's see what happens. Does it continue? No, it does not. So we have a Necron victory. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that battle report. It was pretty interesting, actually. At first I thought, based on the list, that the Necrons were definitely going to win, and then the Tyranids had a really good first round. And so I thought they were going to win, but then nothing could go well for the Tyranids. They just rolled poorly for the rest of the game and eventually lost. Although it's still pretty close because they could have taken out the last group of warriors in order to make it so that the Necrons would have no troop choices and no abilities to grab objectives. Now, if the Trigon had gone down, that would have been tabled, so it would have been different. So basically, Necron victory. Tell me what you think about these Matthew versus Matthew battle reports. Do you like it? Do you like the kind of the play style that comes out of it, kind of me playing against myself? Be honest, leave comments below, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the game. Of course, if you think I did any rules wrong, make sure you comment, because I want to hear, just in case I did, and because it's fun for us to make the Rules You Get Wrong series afterwards to talk about what people think we did wrong, but really we didn't. And of course, if you want to challenge myself, Dave, or Dan to a battle report, make sure you email us, Matthew, Dave, or Dan at miniwargaming.com. This is Matthew. Happy wargaming.